r/ask Reddit. What are some things that people claim happen all the time, but you've never seen? Personally, I'd like to find the person who got salmonella from eating raw cookie dough because they ruined my childhood. I was just chiding my parents the other day for being paranoid about this. My daughter asked for raw cookie dough icing on her birthday cake they are making. Then later that day the largest egg recall for salmonella in a decade was announced, traced to a farm less than 100 miles from us. God damn it. Salmonella is on the exterior of raw eggs and has nothing to do with the raw eggs in the cookie dough. It's from people handling and cracking eggs and not washing their hands. I've never met an anti-vaxxer. My husband came to me a few weeks ago and asked if we are going to vaccinate our baby when she is born. I was like, yeah? Some lady apparently cornered him and started throwing big words around about vaccinations and you shouldn't do it and instead use healing crystals blah blah blah, and it got him all confused. So I feel like I kind of stopped a future anti-vaxxer. I love my husband to death, but you could sell him rainwater in a hurricane. My 10th grade bio teacher was an anti-GMO anti-vaxxer. Homeless people masturbating in public. I know it happens, but I have never seen it. For that, I am grateful. I have seen this a few times. You are right to be grateful. Haven't seen it in action, though I have seen some dudes after the fact sleeping with their hand down their pants and the smell of semen wafting in the air. This reads like a line from a very bizarre detective novel. People claim thousands of babies are born in the country every day, but I've never seen someone give birth. Doesn't exist. We should start a movement. I've never met an anti-vaxxer or a flat earther. My cousin believes the pyramids were built by aliens though, so there's that. I've never met a flat earther and frankly don't believe they really exist, at least not as a movement or a group. But I have met many anti-vaxxers. Do you have kids? Do you hang out with people who have kids? Because I have met lots in that crowd. I never meet anyone who is my parents' age who is anti-vax, probably because they remember what polio and measles were like. Just yesterday a friend on Facebook posted something about how the HPV vaccine causes cancer and she is so glad she didn't get her daughter vaccinated with it. Is your cousin Daniel Jackson? As a dad, being looked at like I'm a creep for playing with my kids at the park. Same. Although there was this one time during a period that my daughter was terrified of public bathrooms. She had to pee and we were in Target and I had to carry her and screaming to let her go. It was uncomfortable. The amount of looks I got, I swear I was half expecting the police to be waiting as we walked out. It's usually us being self-conscious. Most likely people were thinking, will this kid shut up ? In my experience people either ignore you or give some sort of friendly approval. My experience too. Don't know where people saying that live, but in my parts a father taking care of his kids is perfectly normal and not seen as giving a break to mommy. Women getting angry at men for holding open doors. I say thank you when anyone holds a building door for me. I have gotten annoyed with a guy for trying to close my car door. We were going on a group outing with a car full of 4 women and 1 guy and he tried to prevent any of us from opening or closing any of our doors ourselves and made the whole thing take twice as long as necessary while running in circles around the car to get to all the doors. I was driving and he even tried to close my door for me. No, everybody but you is already buckled in. I've been opening and closing car doors by myself for at least 15 years and this is not a date. Put your butt in a seat so we can leave. I love the modern system of double door entries. That way the guy gets to hold a door for me and I get to hold the next door for him. Equality. Yeah, where I'm from everyone just holds the door for everyone, so I DK what this stereotype is about. Don't honk at that guy in front of you. He'll get out of his car and beat the shit out of you. I'm sure this happens, but after 12 years of driving I've never seen it once. I didn't honk, but I made WTF arms at a guy in front of me once who didn't see the left turn light and forced us both to sit through another long light cycle when I was running late. He got out of his car and banged on my window demanding that I roll it down. I honest to God thought he was gonna break the window. He backed off when he saw me grab my phone. I should have called the cops, but he got back in his car and hightailed it, blowing the light, before I could catch his plate number. And it was not some kid or someone you'd look and expect that sort of behavior. He was like mid-40s business casual driving a nice sedan. People are ducking crazy. People really don't like WTF arms. Flip someone off, whatever. Duck you too, buddy. Make the WTF gesture. People flip their shit. That's a personal goddamned attack. I did this once and flipped him off as well. Was nearly run off the road at age 17 by a man in his 40s who threatened to kick my ass, while at the same time threatening to tell my parents what happened. It was an odd encounter. Go to jury duty. My wife has had to go 3 times, and my sister twice. I kind of would like to do it once. I've always wanted to do jury duty. Finally had to go last week, and was eliminated the first day, Judge told us that the people who get picked for jury duty are usually the ones who are silent during the selection process. The more you talk, the more opportunities you give yourself to be picked over. I didn't get to serve because the defendant skipped bail. The DVD logo hitting the corner. I believe she thinks she saw it. Me and a friend were so desperate to see it after watching The Office episode that we actually found a YouTube clip of someone filming the TV when it happened. Yo, hook me up with that link, bruh. Overweight people being mocked in the gym. Fat guy here. It happens. I got some shit from some teens who were commenting about how much I was sweating. I was wiping down the kit after, but I was wetter than a seal afternoon. It didn't really bother me. I'm not 13 anymore, and I just cracked on with my headphones in. Anyway, the buffest guy in the gym saw this shit show and took the time to compliment my efforts. That shut the little scrotes right up. The sweatiest guy I ever met was in high school. Ducker was fit as hell. He just sweated a lot. So much that he left actual stains on his shirt. In my opinion, the gym is the perfect place for overweight people to be. Same with walking, jogging outside. I don't understand the belittling comments towards them, because they're trying to make a change. They need encouragement and support, not comments that will make them go back to being sedentary and couch potatoes. Somebody criticized for saying Merry Christmas. My roommate works at Starbucks, and around the holidays she always has a handful of people saying Merry Christmas when she asks for a name. They're so smug, expecting people to oppress them so they can pick a fight. Spoiler alert. Minimum wage workers do not give one single duck. Hahaha. I totally trolled those losers at Starbucks. Really? How? Well, I went into their business, and then I bought some of their product, and got them to say Merry Christmas in the process. Yep, it up. Sounds like you got them good. Like the lady who bought 3 Keurig coffee makers and smashed them over something Keurig did. Like, oh, you just gave them more business than any one normal person would. Congrats. Winning the lottery. I've won $1 on a scratch off. Once. 2 people in my office won over the space of a month. First guy won £10,000. The second won £20,000. Whoa, what are the odds? 50-50. You either win or you don't. I buy about 1 ticket a month and I quote a stat to my wife. She was a math major and gets more angry every time I say it. I've never seen stars after bumping my head etc. How about Tweety birds? You're supposed to see stars, Roger. My kid accidentally kicked me in the face really hard and my vision went black except for some sparks of light for maybe 10 seconds. It hurt like hell, but I thought seeing stars was cool. That the whole bus theater/classroom stood up and started clapping. Happens every time I break up a fight with a witty retort on my bus. I don't know what you're talking about. The crisp $20 bills that I receive from my onlookers make for some great supplemental income. I saw Fast and Furious 7 or 6, I don't remember, and when In Memory of Paul Walker appeared on the screen after the movie ended, everyone in the theater actually did stand up and clap. Vegans starting an argument with a meat eater. From my experience, it's usually the other way round. I've seen my fair share of annoying vegans. However, it seems like vegans can't even mention their diet when it's relevant to a conversation without a horde of people who eat nothing but meat and potatoes arriving to make snide comments. Yeah, I'm trying vegan out to help me be more creative and eating fully without relying on meat or dairy for protein and calories. I was at a party and pizza was ordered. Pepperoni and cheese. I had already had dinner with no intention of having pizza and made the mistake of saying thanks, but I'm trying out a vegan diet. The room turned to me. silently like they were waiting for something. And then my buddy said, "Hey, duck that guy," satirically to break the silence. Everyone laughed. I laughed, and then the conversation turned to how no one could ever eat vegan for whatever reason. I've heard probably a dozen different people who work at schools, all at different school districts, claim that there were a pair of twins at their school named Lemon Jello and Orange Jello. Lemon Jello and Orange Jello. I'm a teacher at a low-income school, and I have never seen these or the usual others that are rumored to be there, like Asholi, spelled a-hole. The worst I've ever had was a girl named Tequila. To be fair, she lived up to her name. She shoved a boy carrying boxes down a flight of stairs. I saw it on video. I honestly don't know how the kid wasn't more hurt than he was. She was expelled. That was the worst of her many instances. Son, what happened to you? Tequila made me fall down the stairs. Well, sounds like it was your own fault, boy. People are always like, I went to a party with a bunch of models. One asks if I have any coke. I say, yes, in my car. 3 models follow me. We decide to come back to my place where we all get high, and before I know it, I'm naked on my bed with 3 models taking turns having their way with me. This has yet to happen to me. Maybe you need more coke. A multi-level marketer making a plush net income. I have met one. She's the only lady in my town high enough up with Mary Kay to drive a free car. I think it is a 1-year lease and you can lose it if you don't maintain your level. Also, the bar is raised each year. People winning the major jackpot on casino slot machines. It must happen, but if so, I've never seen it and don't know anyone who has. I was sitting next to my mom's boyfriend doing video poker, and he got a royal flush on the max bet. Does that count? 15 minutes in. $4,000. Amazing to watch. He finished the night with around $20,000. Not on a slot machine, but the casino near me has a jackpot when playing blackjack that if you get dealt 2 7 of diamonds and the dealer is showing a 7 of diamonds, you win the jackpot that has been building since the last time it was hit. A player at my table hit this jackpot when it was up to $250,000 and then proceeded to give everyone at the table, including myself, $1,000. Pretty ducking awesome. Any of the car urban legends? The money tucked into the wiper blade to entice you to get out of your car. Heroin needles under the door handle equals drug dealer marketing? I don't get the theory behind that one. The car seat baby doll on the side of a dark road to get you to pull over for whatever reason. Mugging, rape, etc. Don't flash your lights at a car coming at you if they are driving without their headlights on. It's a gang initiation and they're instructed to kill the first person that flashes their lights. Number 4 is just stupid. If I flash my lights at a car and then see them suddenly whip around to follow me, I'm not going to stop. That Mexicans want to come here to take advantage of the system. All of the undocumented Mexicans I've met just want to work. I have a lot respect for them. They do back-breaking labor 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Ghosts. Like, my friends believe in that shit and then the other friends will back the other one saying, yeah dude, I've seen it. Dude, the ghost thing wouldn't annoy me so much if it weren't for people screaming because they thought they heard a ghost. If anyone's ghost or alien abduction story involves the following: sleeping during the daytime, sleeping somewhere that isn't their bed, sleeping on something that isn't a bed, trying to sleep during excessive noise. They may have experienced sleep paralysis instead of seeing a ghost or being abducted by aliens. I suffered from excessive sleep paralysis for 3 years and have had plenty of ultra-realistic ghost and alien abduction nightmares. I've never seen an annoying Rick and Morty fan that thinks they are super intelligent because they watch the show. Yet people on Reddit constantly circle jerk about how annoying Rick and Morty fans are. From my point of view, it's the complainers that are annoying. If it wasn't for people complaining about Rick and Morty fans, I wouldn't even be aware of this supposed phenomenon. Seeing the light when close to death. I've recently talked about being stabbed and that I had lost a fair amount of blood and I didn't see shit. I'd say if anything it's the opposite. I remember barely seeing much at all and it was almost black and white and was super underexposed essentially. Not sure. It doesn't happen to everyone. My wife overdosed when she was a teenager and was actually clinically dead for a short while. They revived her in the hospital, pumped her stomach, lived another 25 years after that. She said she saw the light and her dead grandmother. but that it felt like a dream. I think the environment that a person is in when they die might play a role in what they see, but that's purely conjecture here. Vision is at the most fundamental level based on light, and your eyes will keep working even if you're not consciously processing the information. So the light my wife saw was unfortunately just related to having a light shined in her face in the hospital when she came to today's lesson. If you're gonna die, do it in a well-lit room. Someone offering you a hit of their joint and then objecting if you say, no thanks. If you're at a party and someone offers you a hit of what they're smoking, they're usually just trying to be polite. With that being said, I'm a dude, so I wouldn't be surprised if women, younger women in particular, get more pressure to drink or smoke at a party, because the guys are hoping if she gets drunk or high she may duck him. But as a dude who left many parties sober, it was never once an issue for me. I've never seen a Trump supporter angrily harass anyone non-conservative, and I've never seen a triggered feminist on a public rage. I've never pinched my junk when zipping up my jeans or pants. Lucky. I've never caught mine in a zipper, but I've sat on it hard enough to cause a blood blister. There are people who eat Tide Pods, and there are people who believe the earth is flat, but I don't think it's anywhere near the epidemic levels some people would have you think. In fact, I think the people pretending to be flat earthers far outnumber actual flat earthers. But of course this is Reddit, Facebook, whatever, and unless there's an obvious S at the end of their idiotic statements, you just gotta assume they really mean what they say. I've honestly never seen SJWs and I'm a college student. No one around me is militantly pushing their agenda and getting triggered. The internet has vastly overestimated to me how common these people are. Parties in high school. Even as an adult, I am yet to drive by any or see any evidence that they happen. I know they do because everyone but me, of course, has been to one or was invited to one, but I just never have seen any evidence other than word of mouth. I know better now, still haven't personally seen it, but believe it happens. But when I was younger, that is, in high school, I legitimately thought bullying didn't really exist. It was just a thing in movies, TV shows, because I had never seen it personally occur, and I was always really confused when teachers would talk about it or there would be school assemblies where they mentioned it. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.